Taylor Swift's team responds to bullying claims in Scooter Braun feud. Why did Taylor Swift's team finally break their silence on those bullying claims in her feud with Scooter Braun? It's been a wild ride since Scooter brought Taylor's masters, sparking a massive public fallout that had fans and celebrities taking sides. Now, in a surprising twist, Taylor's team says she's moved on, but is it really that simple? With new revelations from a recent docuseries, there's more to the story than meets the eye. So what exactly went down, and why is Taylor's team speaking out now? Let's dig in. Let's dive into where the whole drama began, 2019, a year that turned the music world upside down for Taylor Swift. After she parted ways with Big Machine Records, where she recorded her first 6 albums, a blow dropped. Scooter Braun, a name Taylor wasn't exactly thrilled to hear, bought the label. And with that, he also gained control over most of her iconic work. Taylor? Oh, she was livid. She had been trying to buy back her masters, but now they were out of her reach, sitting in Scooter's hands. The tension was thick, and both sides had their own stories to tell. Taylor didn't waste any time firing back. In July 2019, she took to her Tumblr to call out Scooter Braun and Scott Borchetta, kicking off a messy public feud. Then Kelly Clarkson chimed in with a suggestion that rocked the whole situation: re-record the old hits with new twists to sidestep the originals entirely. And guess what? Taylor ran with it. By August, she was on Good Morning America dropping the bombshell that she'd re-record her first 5 albums starting November 2020. This wasn't just about the music, it was Taylor's determination to protect her legacy. Then things really exploded with yet another Tumblr post from Taylor. On November 14th, 2019, she posted, "Don't know what else to do," and that shocked everyone. Taylor claimed that Scooter Braun and Scott Borchetta from Big Machine Records did not allow her to perform her older songs in the 2019 AMAs, for which she was supposed to receive the Artist of the Decade award. But wait, there's more. Taylor also revealed that Netflix was working on a documentary about her, but Scott and Scooter allegedly refused to let her use her older music and performance footage for it. And the kicker? They would only give her access if she promised not to re-record copycat versions of her old songs. Oh, and yeah, if she stopped talking about them entirely. Taylor didn't hold back. She called on her fans to let Scott Borchetta and Scooter Braun know how you feel about this, even suggesting they take it up with other artists under Scooter's management, like Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande. And of course, Big Machine Records didn't stay quiet. They fired back with a lengthy statement on their website that basically called Taylor out, saying, "Taylor, the narrative you have created does not exist." Ouch. But it didn't stop there. They claimed that Taylor owed them millions of dollars and that her actions were putting the jobs of their 120 hardworking employees at risk. Drama, right? And just when you think it couldn't get any messier, Taylor's rep, Tree Payne, entered the chat with her own statement. She confirmed that Big Machine Records did deny Taylor the right to use her old music at the AMAs, directly contradicting Big Machine's claims. And about the whole Taylor owes us millions bit, Tree didn't hold back, stating that it was actually Big Machine that owed Taylor a whopping $7.9 million in unpaid royalties. So yeah, this feud wasn't just a headline, it was a full-blown battle with no end in sight, and every day brought a new twist. But then came the twist. Taylor got the green light to play her music at the AMAs. Yup, justice was finally served. Just 9 days before the big night, a Big Machine executive told TMZ, Taylor can 100% perform all of her catalog, past and present, on the AMAs. Sounds like good news, right? But there was a catch. It seemed like Big Machine's hesitation came from not knowing what happens to the broadcast after it airs on TV. So they clarified along with Dick Clark Productions that Taylor could perform any of her songs, even if the show got rebroadcasted. But things were still heated. Scooter claimed that Taylor's fans were sending threats to his family and even pleaded with her to step in and calm things down. Taylor, however, kept her silence. In a since-deleted Instagram post, Scooter called the whole situation a miscommunication and said he had been receiving some serious hate. Then came the AMAs, and Taylor did not disappoint. She hit the stage performing some of the biggest hits. But there was no way she was going to let the moment pass without a little shade. It was subtle though, so blink and you might have missed it. As she performed, the background lit up with visuals that looked strikingly similar to the Big Machine Records logo. Coincidence? Probably not. And if that wasn't enough, Taylor wore an oversized men's t-shirt with her album's name on it, including the one Scooter owned, and sang "The Man" alongside a young girl. Talk about making a statement. But just when we thought the drama had cooled, the feud reignited in April 2020. Taylor dropped another bomb, revealing that Big Machine was planning to release an old live performance of hers as a new album. Taylor wasn't having it. She called it a shady move by Scooter and Big Machine to claw back the money they lost from buying her masters. And of course, the Swifties were quick to jump in. A Twitter account did some digging and discovered that the original copies of Taylor's albums only showed up in the app's search function and were nowhere on her official Spotify page. Instead, Big Machine's versions were front and center. So, in true Swiftie fashion, fans started creating and sharing playlists with the original versions of Taylor's album to make sure she got the streams and the cash, instead of Scooter and Big Machine. Less than a year later, the headlines hit hard. Scott Borchetta had sold Big Machine Records, and with it, the rights to Taylor Swift's master recordings, to Scooter Braun in a jaw-dropping $300 million deal. Taylor's reaction was swift and emotional. She took to Tumblr with a lengthy post laying bare her frustrations. She shared how she had pleaded for years with Borchetta to buy her work, only to be met with an offer that felt like a slap in the face. She could earn back one album at a time for every new one she recorded under Big Machine. Realizing this deal wasn't in her best interest, Taylor chose to walk away, fully aware that Borchetta would eventually sell the label, which she described as him selling me and my future. Taylor's post went on to express her shock at learning about Braun's purchase at the same time as everyone else. She wrote, "I learned about Scooter Braun's purchase of my masters as it was announced to the world. All I could think about was the constant manipulative bullying I've received at his hands for years." She called out specific incidents, including the infamous FaceTime call between Braun, Justin Bieber, and Kanye West, which she felt exemplified the bullying she endured. "Now, Scooter has stripped me of my life's work that I wasn't given an opportunity to buy," she continued. "Essentially, my musical legacy is about to lie in the hands of someone who tried to dismantle it." But guess what? In response, Braun's then-wife defended him, saying that he was anything but a bully and claimed that Taylor had passed on the opportunity to buy her masters. Then things took another twist. Some sources began to suggest that Taylor herself might have been involved in bullying behavior. The narrative gained traction when artists associated with Braun, like Demi Lovato and Justin Bieber, stepped up to defend him. They argued that the situation was being spun unfairly against Braun, painting Taylor as the one stirring the pot. Justin Bieber, in particular, posted a lengthy message on Instagram apologizing for his 2016 post, but firmly denying that Braun was ever a bully. But despite all the back and forth, it seems like Taylor Swift has finally moved on. In the new docuseries, Taylor Swift vs. Scooter Braun, Bad Blood, Taylor's team revealed that the 34-year-old superstar has completely moved on from the saga. They highlighted how she turned a painful chapter into one of the most rewarding projects of her career by re-recording her early albums. Her team didn't hold back, asserting none of these men will ever be able to take anything away from Taylor's legacy as a songwriter, singer, director, philanthropist, and advocate for artists' rights. The two-part docuseries premiered on June 21st, just days after Braun, now 42, announced his retirement from music management on June 17. Taylor had first revealed her plan to re-record her albums back in late 2020, a bold move following Braun's sale of her master rights for over $300 million. She had previously disclosed that her attempts to negotiate for her own work were met with an ironclad NDA, which she refused to sign. "So I would have had to sign a document that would silence me forever before I could even have a chance to bid on my own work," she explained, accusing Braun of never giving her team a fair chance by withholding a sale price. Since then, Taylor hasn't looked back. She released re-recorded versions of Fearless, Red, Speak Now, and 1989, with her fans eagerly awaiting the re-release of her 2006 debut album and Reputation. It's clear that Taylor has not only reclaimed her music, but also reshaped her legacy on her own terms. The saga may have been intense, but in true Taylor fashion, she turned the tables and made it a win for herself, and for artists everywhere. So, will this really be the end of the feud, or is there still more drama waiting to unfold? Do you think Taylor's actions will set a new standard for the music industry, or is this battle far from over? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.